What is going on, Bulls Nation? So the draft is finished. So how did the Bulls do by drafting Matisse Buzelis? So we're gonna talk about this, the fit, and the draft pick right after this.
This is your home for all things Chicago Bulls. Join the conversation. You're listening to Chicago Bulls Nation.
All right, Bulls Nation. So I want to give props to the front office by not screwing this up because they could easily have screwed it up, even though this was a gift from the basketball gods. And I say that because Buzelis was not supposed to be picked on the 11th. On every mock draft, he's between, I would say, from 4 to 8, right? Like, he was never on my radar because I never thought that we would even have a chance. Now, what we got in Buzelis is, I would say, between him and Giddy, right? Like, Giddy is a part of the cornerstone now. He would have to have an epic meltdown as a Bulls for him to be not re-signed. And I just don't see that happening after giving up Alex Caruso, our most important trade asset. I'm not saying important player, but trade asset. So between him and Giddy, and I would even put Ayo. I would definitely put Ayo, Kobe, to an extent, Dalen Terry. I don't know what's going to happen to Patrick Williams. Are we going to re-sign him? Are we not? But that's a good young core. Now, do I see a potential star out of those guys? Nothing really stands out. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't see an Ant, like when Anthony Edwards, and that's an unfair assumption because Ant was a number one pick. But do I see like a Tyrese Halliburton kind of ascension with this young core that we have? I think it's possible. I think it's possible that Josh Giddey might have a good season and turn out to be one of the promising young stars. That is possible. It's also possible that Buzelis have that that resurgence as a rookie. He does have all the tools. He is long. He's what, like, they say 6'8" and a quarter or something like that. Some reports are saying he's 6'10". So he does look taller though. He does look taller than Giddy. So maybe I'm leaning towards, maybe let's just put him at 6'9". Good size. His body might not be NBA ready, but he has the moxie. He does have some. He is from Chicago, so a hometown kid. He does have a lot of, edge on him. He has a chip on his shoulder, and I like it. I don't know how that's gonna translate on the NBA. Is that gonna piss off veterans? I don't care, because if we're a young team that's trying to develop these guys, a confidence is can go a long way. You need that confidence with you, and I do hope that we have this young talent around us. Ayo have progressed, albeit in his third year. Kobe took a while, but one common denominator between Kobe and Ayo really having a resurgent season this past season was the playing time, because they were given the opportunity when Levine went down. With that being said, I hope that Buzelis does have that. I hope he doesn't get I know there are a different number of trades, like the Dalen Terry treatment, where you're getting spot minutes where you don't really have the chance to be yourself, to showcase your talent, because I think Buzelis has a lot of upside. Like I said, he's very athletic. He can work a little bit on his shooting because he's a 27% three-point shooter. I think that could improve. His defense is pretty good. He averaged like 2.1 blocks. Sure, G League Ignite, but hey, the stats are stats. If I'm going to ding him for his shooting percentage, I got to give him props for his blocks. So he does have a lot of upside. I like his length. Perfect for the current NBA. If he develops a shot, looks like his handles from this looks like it's pretty good. For a big, lanky, tall guy, he does have some pretty good handles. Athletic enough, again, long reach. Look at that. He's shooting from the three. I'm excited. We went from, and I'm saying this with one draft pick, because I guess the excitement goes that he wasn't supposed to be on the 11th. So it's like having a number 5 pick, really, for the Bulls. Are there better options than him? I mean, not at 11. You know, if you look at the mock draft, we probably should have had Holland, which I wouldn't mind. He's very athletic. But with that being said, he went 5, and we kind of have a trade with Detroit. Because on the mock drafts, he's supposed to go to Detroit, and Holland's supposed to go to us. I wouldn't mind that as well, but I'd rather have Buzelis, just because of, you know, his height. And he's from here. So that added, I guess, to the mystique of him, and also just the bias of him going to Chicago. So with this, what happens to the rest of the roster? There's several reports that we were trying to trade Vooch, which they should be. But that would leave a hole now in the middle. I don't really care. To be quite honest with you, I see this upcoming season as a season for development of talent. I'm not necessarily looking for wins, but cohesiveness, playing time, and again, more exposure to these young guys. And I don't know if Billy Donovan really wants to be a part of that. Maybe not. Maybe this upcoming season, we might even try a little bit. But the moves that they have made or are suggesting indicates that we are ready for maybe not a major rebuild, but certainly it is a thought process now. They're not actively trying to put older pieces that might or might not help us win the championship. I think they acknowledge the fact that we're not going to win the championship. We might not even get to the playoffs. So in the process, sure, we're going to do our best to improve the team, but with youth and development in mind and acquiring as many talents as possible. If we get to the playoffs with these guys, then so be it. We're not going to completely tank, but at the same time, we're not going to commit on mediocrity, and that is good. I like that direction if that's what they're going for. It would tell us if we try to go for KCP, if that is the case or not. Because I don't mind Buzelis. Let's say we keep DeMar. DeMar is a good veteran that might be able to help Buzelis, because we've seen him work with Ayo, Kobe, Dalen, and it looks like it's beneficial for those young guys to learn from somebody like DeMar. The downside to that is the actual game. Can they get minutes while DeMar is here? As much as I want him to be a mentor type, I also want minutes for these young guys so we can assess them fully if we need to resign them when their contract is up or let them walk away. Because that is our problem with Patrick Williams. We don't really know. We're banking on potential here. You know? He might walk away and be the next Lauri Markkanen and blossom in another team. And you never know. So because of, them being behind this veterans, that they don't have the time to shine by themselves. But let me know what you think about Matt Buzelis. What is his name? Mamtis or something. Buzelis. I like him. I overall like him. I think he was a gift from the basketball gods. Like I said, he dropped into our laps. So I am very happy with this pick. But thank you for watching. If you are a Bulls fan, consider subbing to this channel. I would really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.